So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial. Today we are going to create an interactive banner with JavaScript, and what we are going to do is we are going to have these four presents, and if I come with my mouse over them, they are going to jump like so. So this tutorial is going to be very simple. I am going to create more complex tutorials about this kind of topic, but yeah, in this tutorial we are going to go with this one, and yeah, right now we can start. Alright, so right now I am in the Adobe Animate, and in this tutorial I am just going to provide you these images that I have. I have this from the site Freepik. I can also provide you a link in the description, but in this tutorial I am not going to show you how you can get this from the Freepik to the Adobe Animate, and I will just give you these images. They are PNGs. Okay, so right now I will go to the Adobe Animate, and we are going to choose any size. So I will go with maybe 800 by 800, but you can choose whatever size that you want. I want this to be HTML5 canvas, 24 frame rate is fine, and I'm just going to click create. Now what I'm going to do, after waiting for my Adobe Animate to open, what I'm going to do is I am going to drag my images in there. I have also this text, but we do not need to work with this, so I am just going to select the images and I am going to drag them to the Adobe Animate like so. Right now I am going to position them, so I am going to put them like so, like this, and like this. And they are probably going to be too big for this 800 by 800. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select them, and I will go with Q or free transform tool, and I am going to just scale them down a little bit, something like this. Okay, if you want, you can play and you can align them in the align tool, but I am not going to waste time right now with something like this. Now what we need to do is we need to convert them to the symbol one by one. So I'm going to click on this one. I will go to the modify, and I'm going to go with the convert to symbol. I can call this symbol 1. I want this to be movie clip, and I'm just going to click OK. I'm going to do the same thing for all of them. So F8, enter, F8, enter, and like so. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to put them an instance name to be able to target them with the JavaScript. So if I click on them, I can see that it is movie clip, and there is this option for the instance name. So I'm just going to type P1 like the present one. If you want, you can type whatever in here, but I will just go with P1. This one is going to be P2. This one is going to be P number 3, and this one is going to be P number 4. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to create our animation. So very quickly what I'm going to do is I am going to double click on one of these presents, and right now I am in the scene 1, in the symbol 1, and right now I have this as a bitmap. So I will have to one more time convert this to the symbol to be able to animate this. So one more time I will go with F8, symbol 5 is fine, make sure it's movie clip, and I'm going to click OK. And now I'm very quickly going to create the animation. So I will go to frame 25, I'm going to click F6 or right click insert keyframe, and I am just going to position this with my shift and arrow up like so. And right now I am going to duplicate the initial keyframe, so I'm going to hold Alt or Option, and I'm going to drag it maybe to frame 50 like so. Now I'm going to select this like so, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose create classic twin. So right now we are going to have the animation like so. I am going to put some kind of easings. This has nothing to do with the JavaScript, but I am going to click on the first keyframe. I will go to the classic ease, and I am going to go with easy out. This will make the animation go faster and then slow down because of the gravity, but in this tutorial I am not going to explain the easings. And on this keyframe I am going to do the opposite, so I am going to go with easy in, and I am going to double click on this first option. This easings, it's like it is going to make the animation a little bit better. I can show you. I will go with Control or Command Enter to see this in the browser, and this jump is going to look a little bit better, like without the easings. Normally I would create my custom easings, but yeah, I am not going to do that right now. So now now what I'm going to do is I will go, I can show you, I will click on the scene 1, or I am going to double click anywhere to go back to the scene 1, and we are going to write our code. So I'm going to create a new layer, and I can double click on this layer and I can name this code. That's not necessary, but we can do this. And I am going to right click, I'm going to choose actions, and I am going to have code editor like so. I'm going to zoom in with the control or command and mouse wheel so you can see this little bit better, and we can write our JavaScript. So I'm going to type this P1. This refers to like this main timeline right now. P1 is the name that we have put it to our present. We are going to put this on. And for now we are going to put this on click. Later on we are going to change this to mouse over, but there are additional steps. So for now I am going to type that I want this to be on click. This is going to be in these quotation marks. Then I'm going to type comma, and then the function that we are going to call. So for example, jump 1. This name is optional. You can choose whatever. And then semicolon. And now I'm going to create the function. So I'm going to type function. I am going to copy these names that I created. So function jump 1, then parentheses, then curly parentheses, and yeah. Now there is one thing, and that's in the function I am not going to be able to write this to refer like to this timeline. So what I need to do is I need to write additional code. So in the even listener, I am going to type dot, and I am going to type simply bind this, and this will just allow me to write this in the function, because without this I wouldn't be able to do that. You can try, but yeah. So I'm just going to type this P1, and I am very simply going to type dot play like so. Okay, so yeah, I am going to go with Control Enter, but there is going to be one thing that we need to do. Okay, the thing is that if I go to the present one in here, what I need to do is I need to stop the timeline in here. So what I'm going to do, so right now I am in the present one. I am going to create a new layer in here, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to choose actions, and in here I'm going to type this. It's going to be like this inner timeline dot stop, and semicolons are optional, but I like to use them. So very simply I'm going to type this dot stop, and it is going to give me this little A, which stands like for the actions, and it is going to put me this to the beginning. So if I go right now with the Control or Command Enter to see this in the browser, my animation is going to stop immediately. And right now if I'm going to click on this, this is going to play. I am going to go with F12, or you can right click and choose inspect. Right now I am in the Firefox. Normally I use Google Chrome, but in here in the console you can see your errors. If you are going to have some error, you can very easily misspell something in Adobe Animate. So in here the Google Chrome is going to have this very similar. So yeah. Before we will go with other presents, I just want to show you, because maybe you have seen my other tutorials, or maybe some tutorials from some other person, but there is also an option to write, instead of this p1.play, we could write this p1.goto and like so, goto and play, and parentheses, and in here we are going to put a name that we are going to create right now, but this goto and play, it has to be like the A has to be the capital, P has to be capital, and so on. So for now I'm going to close this, and I will go to this present, and I'm going to double click, and I am going to create a new layer which is going to be between my animation and the code. I can name this is going to be code, and this one is going to be label, for example, And on this label, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the first frame, and there is going to be this option for the label, and I can call this, for example, my jump, or you can just call this jump or whatever. I called it my, and with capital J, my jump, and I'm going to copy this, and I am going to go back to my scene 1, and I am going to go to my code. I can click F9, or you can right click, choose actions, and right now what I could do is I can go in here and type this P1, go to and play my jump. I actually do not want to do this way, but I just want to show you that right now if I'm going to go with Control Enter, this is going to do the same thing as the first code, but there is going to be little difference. With this go to and play, if I'm going to click and I'm going to click one more time, it is going to be like so. So this is not the best option. This go to and play, it has its uses, and I'm going to create more tutorials like this, but yeah, I just wanted to show you. So now what I can do is I can go in here and I can get rid of this label. I'm going to delete the whole layer like so, and I will go back to my code, and I am going to get rid of this line, and I'm going to uncomment this slash mean comments. I don't know if I said that. That means that it is not going to, like JavaScript is going to ignore this, or Adobe Animate. But yeah. So right now what we need to do is we need to create the animation for all of them. So very quickly I am going to do this. So I will go inside the P number 2. I'm going to one more time convert this to the symbol, and I'm going to create the animation like so and like so, and in here I am going to put this up, and I'm going to create classic twin. Maybe I could skip this part, but I am not going to. So one more time I'm going to put an easing. So this one is going to have easy out, and this one is going to have easy in, and one more time I will have to create new layer, and on this layer I'm going to right click, I'm going to choose actions, and I'm going to type one more time this dot stop parenthesis and semicolon, and I'm going to copy this code, and yeah. So very quickly, I do not want to skip this, so yeah, I'm going to convert this to the symbol, create new keyframe in here and new keyframe in here, and I'm going to put this up like so, and I'm going to one more time create classic twin, create easings, so yeah, easy out, and this is going to have easy in like so, and I'm going to create a new layer, right click, actions, and I'm going to paste my code, okay, and yeah, and last one I'm going to skip. Okay, so right now I have all of them, and what I can do right now is I am going to show you at the end how you can make this little bit better, but I am just going to, for now, copy this code. So I'm going to go with Control C, and I'm going to go in here, Control V, and right now we are going to change that in the second listener we are going to type this P2 on click. Right now we are going to call the function jump number 2, we are going to create the function jump number 2, and I'm going to type this P2.play, and yeah, I will have to copy this one more time. So right now this is going to be number 3, number 3, number 3, and number 3 like so, and right now I am going to do this last time. So this is going to be number 4, this is going to be number 4, number 4, and yeah. So right now if I go with Control Enter or Command Enter, I am going to have this on all of them, and with this one, with display, it doesn't allow me to click on this until the animation is going to be finished. Okay, so with that go to and play, it allowed me, and it could ruin my animation, but right now I will have to wait to be able to click one more time. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to change this to mouse over, and if I would just type in here mouse over like so on the first one, and I would go with Control or Command Enter, nothing is going to happen. I am not going to have errors, but yeah. So what we need to do, maybe you already know, but what we need to write additional code. So I'm going to type stage dot enable with capital M mouse like so, and capital O over, and parentheses. There is a possibility to write in here some kind of number for the frequency. I'm not going to go with that, so this is fine as it is. So stage.enable mouse over, and right now if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, it is going to listen for my mouse over, and one more time it is not going to play until it is going to finish. So now I am going to copy this mouse over to all of them. So Control C, Control V to this one, to this one, and to this one, and yeah, right now, as you may guess, we are going to have all of them on the mouse over. Okay, what can we do to make this code a little bit better? You do not need to, you can have this as it is right now, but if you are interested, I am going to show you a little way with the loop. So I am going to comment out this code that we have created. So I'm going to type slash and asterisk, and at the bottom I'm going to type asterisk and slash, and this is basically going to comment out the code which is in between. And in here I am going to, first of all, I am going to create an array which is going to contain all of my presents. So I could go with the var, but I do not want to go with the var. There are like three options to go with the variables. I could go with let, that's fine, but I am going to go with the const, but it is going to work with all of the let, var, and const, but there are some differences, but that's not important right now. So I'm going to type const presents, for example, and I'm going to make it equal to these brackets, and I'm going to type that this p1, comma, and I'm going to copy this, so Control C, this is going to be this p number 2, this is going to be this p number 3, and this is going to be this p number 4. So right now we are going to have an array, and arrays in the JavaScript are 0 based. So it means that this has index 0, this has index 1, this has index 2, and this has index 3. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to write very simple for loop. I am not going to explain in this tutorial exactly what for loop does, but yeah. So I am going to type for, and I am going to type let I is going to be equal to 0. In here we cannot go with the const. Const is for the constants. This is going to be constant. This I not. So I'm going to type let I is going to be equal to 0, while I is going to be smaller than 4, because we are going to have 4 things in the array, and we want to have this for number 0, for number 1, for number 2, and for number 3. So that's why this is going to be from 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we are going to type in here 4. There is option to write in here, and I'm going to do this instead of 4. I'm going to type presents dot len get because but this has to be with dot because the length of my array presents is going to be number 4, and this is just better to write it like so. And then I'm going to type I plus plus because I would like I to increase every time. So I is going to be 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. So this is going to cover all of my things. Okay, and now I'm going to go with the curly parentheses, and what I'm going to do is I am going to type presents I. So this is going to put like to all of them, and I'm going to type on, and I'm going to type on mouse over. So the same thing as we had in here. So we had this p1 on mouse over. Right now we have presence I because the presence 0 is going to be this p1, present 1 is going to be this p2, and so on. So on mouse over, and in here there is a possibility to write something which is called anonymous function. If you know what it is, you can do this, but I am just going to call some function. So I'm going to type in here my jump, for example, or whatever, and I can type bind this Right now this is not necessary because we are not going to have this inside of that, but we can go with this. So very simply presents I on Mouseover. We are going to call this function, and we are going to put this bind this the same way as in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create that function. So function my jump, so like this, and parentheses, then curly parentheses, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this present I, so I'm going to type present I, and I'm going to just type dot play like so. Okay, like this. Okay, right now I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter to make sure that I don't have any error, and yeah, I don't have. I am going to go with F12, and yeah, this is what we are going to have. So I am not really sure whether this makes sense to all of you. It depends how advanced you are with the JavaScript, but yeah, we have for loop from 0 to 4, so 4 is not going to be included, so from 0 to number 3, and we are going to have the even listener on the 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3, and when we go with mouse on the 0, we are going to call 0.play, where we go with 1, we are going to call 1.play, and so on. So yeah, this is it. This is basically all. But I want to show you one thing. I am going to save this project, and I will go to the place where I want to have this. So I'm going to create new folder, and I can call this to be animate, like so, and I can call this to be index, for example. Not index, that's something late. I am going to call this to be presence, and I'm going to click save. And right now, if I'm going to go with Control Enter to see this in the browser, what's going to happen? It's going to automatically publish me this JavaScript, this HTML, and these images to my to the file, to the folder where I have my my animate file. So I am going to delete this from here, like so. I just want to have my animate file. There is going to be some recover animate file, but that's fine. And what I'm going to do is I will go to the file, I will go to the publish settings, and I will go to this select publish destination, and right now I will go to the place where I want to have this, so in here. So right now I am in the folder where I have my animate file, and I'm going to create new folder, and I'm going to call this index. You do not need to, but yeah, I like to call this index, and this one I am also going to call index, and I'm going to click save, okay, file, and publish. And right now if I go to this place, I am going to have my images, my HTML, and my JavaScript. If I am going to open this right now in the browser, like so, from the index, I am going to have an error. And there is going to be error, and it is going to be due to security restriction on the reading canvas. This error is not going to be on the real website or on the local host where you are going to put this on the local server. This is just going to be on your browser. I can show you this tutorial is not about this, so if you want this, you can search for this, but I have this, I'm going to type in here XAMPP. This is something that I download this from this site. You can download this. This is just going to create you local server, but this tutorial is not about it. I just want to show you so you believe me that this is going to be working. So I am going to type in here XAMPP, and I am going to open this like so. And in here, it is going to open with this like so once you have this installed, and I'm going to click start. And now what I need to do is I need to copy my index.js, my HTML, and my images. So I'm going to copy this, and one more time, I'm going to type in here XAMPP, and I'm going to go to XAMPP, this docs folder. So I'm going to double click in here and I'm going to paste my files in here like so. But as I said, this tutorial is not about this. This may be confusing for you. You can search like better tutorials about this, but yeah. And now what I'm going to do is in this XAMPP, I am going to click on the admin and it is going to open me this like so, and I am going to delete this dashboard and slash, and instead I am going to just type index, because index.html, because that's how I called my file, and I'm going to go with enter, and it is going to open me this in the local server, and this is going to be working just fine. And it seems that I didn't put an async on the last one, but yeah, that really doesn't matter. So yeah, this is it. This is all. I know that this last part with this XAMPP or I don't know how to pronounce this. This can be a little bit difficult, but right now you at least have seen how I have done this. So you can search some YouTube tutorials about this, and you can put this on the local server, because in your browser, when you are going to have images like PNGs, JPEGs, it's not going to usually or mostly work because of some security restriction on the reading canvas. So yeah, this is it. This is all. I would like to create more tutorials about the timeline navigation, and there is still many things which I didn't cover in this tutorial. But yeah, this is all. Thank you very much for your time, and yeah, goodbye.